Live from ICTV Ithaca, this is NewsWatch 16.
Officials are working around the clock this weekend investigating Friday's tragic incident in Binghamton. Good evening, I'm Seth Palmer.
And I'm Andrea Nedjman. That story is first on 16 tonight. Police are making calls around the world to notify families of those killed during 41-year-old Jiverly Wong's shooting rampage at a Binghamton, New York immigration center. The center's clients came from around the globe, including Mexico, Somalia, and Brazil. China has confirmed that 4 of its citizens are among the dead. A service is planned this afternoon for 2 of those victims. An Islamic group also says one of them was an Iraqi woman and a mother of 3 who came to the United States after surviving 3 car bombings in Iraq. Police have released a full list of the victims, whose ages range from 26 to 72. To obtain that list, we ask you to please visit CNN.com's homepage, where a link to the story is on their main page.
And the investigation of the tragic shooting that took place is still under investigation. Questions as to what actually took place and why still remain unanswered. NewsWatch 16's Bryan Mercer was in Binghamton on Friday and joins us now with the latest details and reactions. Bryan?
Thanks. Well, as you mentioned, the investigation is still ongoing, but we can confirm the shooter's name, age, how many people were killed, and show you reactions from local and state officials. 41-year-old Jiverly A. Wong has been identified as the man who entered Binghamton's American Civic Association building on Friday and killed 13 people before taking his own life. Governor David Paterson flew in from Albany to speak on this tragic event.
We came down to be here to express, on behalf of all the citizens of the state and people around America, our profound outrage at a senseless act of violence in which innocent people were killed, injured, and probably traumatized for some period of time.
Police arrived on the scene just 2 minutes after receiving a 911 call from a receptionist inside the ACA building.
What she did is she pretended she was dead. After he shot her, she went down on the ground. He went into a room off that reception area, shot several people, and as he exited went down the hallway in the building, she crawled underneath the desk, and sometime after that she called us.
Officers from the city, state, and local SWAT team were able to evacuate 37 people, 4 of which were in critical condition. Congressman Maurice Hinchey expressed both his condolences to the victims' families and his thanks to the servicemen and women who helped during this important time.
My very deep respect and appreciation to the Binghamton Police Department and the New York State Police for the way in which they stepped into this very dangerous, difficult set of circumstances and dealt with it.
Following many hours of evacuations, identifications, and a wave of uncertainty, Binghamton's mayor spoke about keeping a level of order and respect for the families of the victims.
I want to reiterate that this is going to be tough on those families that will have victims. Many of them are originally not from this country, and we want to make sure that that process goes out in a way that's fair to those families, so please respect the families.
And as the mayor mentioned, many of the victims were not from the United States. The American Civic Association building holds classes for recently naturalized citizens to get better acquainted with their new surroundings. No motive for the shootings is known yet, but for more information on the aftermath of the shooting, let's go back to the desk.
Thank you, Bryan. We know tonight that 72-year-old Roberta King is also among the dead in Binghamton. She was killed while teaching English to immigrant students at the American Civic Association on Friday when the gunman burst into her classroom. Roberta loved teaching English to immigrants, and she had no plans to retire. She and her husband had 10 children and sent all of them to college, 5 of whom attended Cornell University. Roberta was well loved by family and friends who say that she was, quote, never negative.